No puedo poner mi video. I'm leaving.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Lo he
Connie.
arreglado. Sorry.
It's
Okay,
okay.
bye-bye.
You have a beautiful picture on there. Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you now. And we will go ahead and jump right into the training. I'm super excited to have you guys on today. I'm super excited because I heard a lot of good stories this weekend. Alvaro and Michelle went door knocking for their first time. Whoop, whoop. They had an awesome open house. I know Oscar went out and showed homes this weekend. I know Ethel did. I'm sure you ladies did also. I'm not up to date with everything everybody's doing this weekend, but it seemed to have been a really productive weekend. The weather is great right now, so take advantage of it. Like, I'm so glad you guys went out and door knocked during this weekend because of the weather, you know. So weather's looking great. We're halfway through January. People are starting to get in motion of what they want to do with the year. Real life is kicking back in. Holiday season feelings are gone, and it's time to really get to work, you guys. So in today's training, we will be going over your database. We're going to be going over the importance of your database, why it's so important, and how we can build it. This is all the information that we're going to be going over the 12 weeks. We've gone over all of this. All right. So in today and Thursday's lesson, we're going to go over why your database is the foundation of your business. We're going to go over the 4 irrefutable laws of managing your database. We're going to go over the circles of opportunity to build your database. We briefly went over this on one of the previous trainings, but we're going to dive a little deeper into it today. And how to get predictable business from your database. Okay. At the end of the day, we are here to build our business. We are here to make money. As much as we love all the fun stuff, we still need to make money in order to survive. Okay. So your database is the foundation of your business. You have to put a lot of time, effort, and energy into your database. Without a strong database, your business will not survive. We're going to talk about utilizing client relationship manager, or a CRM. Why is an online presence important? How to create and maintain your online presence. So all of this is for this week, today and Thursday. Before we get started, I would love for all of you guys to take yourself off of mute so that we can do our affirmation for the week. Okay. Everybody take yourself off of mute real quick. We are going to speak our affirmation into the world, and we're going to jump start this week on a positive note. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, I am happy, positive, and have a can-do, solution-oriented attitude. I am happy, positive, and have a can-do, solution-oriented attitude. I am happy, positive, and have a can-do, solution-oriented attitude. What does that mean to you guys? What does that mean? Why is that information so important? What does that even mean?
That's what we are here for the customer to we do give them solutions for real estate. I mean,
Remember, guys, everybody refers to us as a realtor. You are a real estate advisor. Okay? You're an advisor. You are here to solve problems. That's why you're here. Not everybody can be a realtor. And you all will see realtors come and go. And that's why. It's because on TV, on social media, all you see is the glitz and the glam, and oh, how pretty, and here's the keys to your house, and let me show you, like, Selling Sunset on Netflix. That's the glitz and the glam. What we really do, what our profession is to be positive, because without positivity, we're not solving anybody's problems. They're not even going to give us the opportunity to solve their problems. And we have a can-do, solution-oriented attitude. If you are a realtor and you are getting upset about every single problem that comes your way, you're going to have a really difficult time being a realtor, because that's what we do. That's what we get paid for, okay? We're paid to use this up here to come up with creative solutions and to make the deal happen, right? So whenever we first meet with our client, why do they hire us? They hire us to get them from A to Z. They hire us that's what they hire us for. Can anybody sell their house? Yes. Anybody can put a sign in front of their yard that says, I'm selling my house, call this number, I'll show you the house. But can they get from A to Z efficiently and effectively? Probably not. So that's what we're there for. There's a lot of problems that come up in the process also that we are there to help them solve. All right, so again, we're focusing on our database today. So the core value of your business is to generate a steady stream of leads and business. Your database becomes your asset, your legacy, and your exit strategy. So what are a couple of ways for us to generate steady streams of leads and business? How do you guys get leads?
I used to work at a bank, and I always go and visit the people I know, and I always give them my business cards. If I go to the gym, or I have 3 kids, so at school, all mommies know that I do sell. I'm on the real estate, so I'm always trying to let everyone know that I do real estate and provide my business card.
Perfect. So that's something that I really recommend everybody does, is like talk to everybody about real estate. Okay. So Lorena, whether you know it or not, you're networking. You're constantly networking, right? So that's what that is. She's networking, and she's using her spheres of influence to network. So that's 2 ways of generating leads. What are a couple of other ways to generate leads? Because remember, you all are very different, and the way that you generate leads is going to be very specific to you, your personality, what you're comfortable with, your strengths and your weaknesses. So what are some other methods to generate leads? We can network. We can talk to our spheres of influence.
You can pay Zillow.
You can pay Zillow, correct? You can use a third-party marketing company, is essentially what that is. What else, guys?
Hobbies, having hobbies, doing hobbies.
Having hobbies, right? We talked about that in the last training. So using something that you're passionate about to build a group and be the real estate professional in that area, correct? What else do we do? Something that we're usually pushing you guys to do every day if possible.
Calling.
Well, we talked, okay, calling.
Social media.
Social media, good. Social media. Another thing that you guys can do is send out mailers. Sending out mailers is similar to door knocking. So you're hitting neighborhoods, right? Targeting our neighborhoods. So what I typically recommend is you usually want to start with about 3 different avenues of lead generation. You don't want to do a little bit of everything, because then you're just doing too much and it's hard for you to stay consistent. So decide what it is that you are going to try, whatever it is that you're going to use to lead generate. Okay. Because that's the first thing we have to do. We have to lead generate. We have to generate those leads, bring in the leads. How am I going to do that? Am I going to do open houses? Am I going to do phone calls? Am I going to do door knocking? Am I going to send out mailers? Am I going to work social media X hours per week? You kind of have to hone in on what are your top 3. And that doesn't mean that you can't do any after the 3, but there's 3 that you should be consistent with. You might, if you're brand new, you might even just want to start with 2 so that you can get really, really good at it. But it's important for you to know what streams you're using to generate these leads, and then track it. So we talked about tracking a little bit. I did send you guys some worksheets on how to track it, but that's key. So Michelle and Alvaro, I'm going to pick on you guys today because you guys did awesome this weekend. And because I really want to emphasize, like, it is a learning process whenever you try something new, right? But it's really important that when you try something new, you're tracking. So when I called and I'm talking to Michelle, the first thing that I'm asking is, how many doors did you knock on? Why is that important? It's important for us to know how many doors did they knock? How long did it take for them to knock those doors? How many people opened the door? And then of the people that opened the door, how many leads did they get, right? Because at the end of the day, there still has to be strategy with it. So let's say you guys go out and door knock again tomorrow. How many doors did you knock the first day? 20, you said? About 20? Okay,
20 houses.
Okay, 20 houses, perfect. So next time you go out and knock, you want to knock at least 20 houses, right? Because you want to be able to compare the two. Next time you go out, you know, okay, I'm going to knock 20 houses. Another thing to keep in consideration is, when did you do it? At what day and what time did you do it? So you can write it down on a sheet of paper and then transfer it onto your computer later if you want to. But these little things are important. Make sure you're keeping track of, okay, let's say I knock 20 doors and 6 people open, and then I go out tomorrow and I knock 20 doors, but only 3 people open. Well, what was different? Was the neighborhood different? Was the day that I went different? Was the time that I went different? Was the weather different? You know what I mean? Because now you start picking up these patterns. You have to determine what those patterns are, and you start seeing them and you're like, oh, okay. So the information that I've given you based off my experience is based off the patterns that I've seen. Okay. Now your database is also going to become your asset, your legacy, and your exit strategy. What does that mean exactly? Does anybody have any idea of what exactly that means? All right. Well, let's talk about assets. What's an asset? Is a real estate investment property an asset? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your car an asset?
Yeah. My license, my
We-
real estate license.
Your real estate license is an asset. Yeah. So your asset is anything valuable. That's an investment is really what it is. And typically an asset is going to make you money. So we got mixed feelings on the vehicle, and I'm going to go with no on the vehicle. The vehicle is not typically an asset, and that's because the vehicle does not make you money. Okay. The vehicle, it's kind of like a pet. You know, we all love our pet. We get value out of our pet because we love our pet, and it brings joy to our life, but it doesn't make us any money. So the vehicle, same thing. It actually just takes money out of our pocket. Your home can actually be an asset or a liability depending on how you work it. The best way for you to make sure that your home is an asset is to pay off your mortgage sooner than later. Why? Because if you pay it off later, you pay so much in interest, it stops being an asset. You've overpaid at that point. If you're paying more than what it's worth, then it's not an asset anymore. That's a whole nother training I can give you guys. But an asset is really something of value that's an investment to us, and it typically continues to bring revenue into our life. 2, your legacy. Why would your database be part of your legacy? How does that even make sense?
Well, you leave history with all of your clients, like they remember you and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when we pass away, what do we have to leave behind? All we really have to leave behind is the people that we knew, and the stories that they have of us, and how we made them feel. And our connections with these people, you know, it really is like, at the end of the day, whose life did I affect and how did I affect their life, right? So they are part of our legacy, and your database is part of your legacy. Last but not least, your exit strategy. Did you know that you could buy a business, and what you would be buying, what you would be paying the most amount of money for is that client base, is that list of clients? Whenever you go to a doctor's office and the doctor has their office and their practice there for years and years and years, and they eventually decide to retire, if you are a patient of this doctor, does the office just disappear? No, it stays there. And then somebody takes it over. And they go in and they take it over, and you show up to the office and you're like, hey, I'm here to see Dr. Hernandez. Oh, well, he no longer works here, but this is your new doctor, Dr. Rodriguez. And everything is exact same. The time that you wait in the office is the same. The way that you set up your appointment is the same. The time that you're in the visit is the same. They have all of your documents. How is that? It's because Dr. Hernandez sold his database to Dr. Rodriguez, and that's how he retired. And he's probably getting passive income off of your name, phone number, email, appointments. This is part of the exit strategy. So you guys have to think about this short-term, mid-term, and long-term. How is your database part of your exit strategy? Okay. If you understand where you're going, now you can plan a little more accordingly on how to get there. So it's important for you guys to understand also, what do I want to get out of being a realtor? How long do I want to be a realtor for? When do I want to retire? How do I want to retire? Okay, so the more you understand this, the more you can tailor your database to make sure that it coincides with your exit strategy. Does that make sense? Okay. What can a database deliver? A solid referral-based business, consistent and reliable revenue, and it can also take 6 to 12 months to season a contact. So who here has been licensed for over 2 years at least?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Okay, we have Lorena, we have Angie. I think Connie also, right? Violeta possibly.
Anna.
Anna. Michelle, you've been licensed about 2 years, right? Okay. How many of you that have been licensed at least 2 years have received a solid referral from one of your past clients? Yes?
Yes, me.
Yes? Yes?
Me too.
Perfect. And how hard did you have to work to get that referral when it came to you?
No.
You didn't, right? And that's because you did so well for them when you did work for them that you didn't have to do a whole lot to get that referral. And that's why when we talk about being a realtor and getting the momentum going and the first 2 years being the hardest, it's because you don't have referrals coming in yet, because you don't really have past clients yet. So once that second year hits, at least that's the way that I felt it. I don't know if some of you ladies would agree or disagree. I started feeling it after about year 2 is when you kind of start feeling like, okay, now these past clients are bringing me referrals. But that doesn't mean that you have to wait until year 2. Constantly ask for your referrals. When you're doing business for your clients, remind them that, hey, I want to do good business for you, and I want to do good business for your friends and your family. So if you think I'm doing good for you, if you think I'm doing well for you, please refer me out to your friends and your family, and you'll start seeing that. There are agents that solely work off of referrals. If they stopped marketing themselves, but they only spoke to their past clients and just reminded them, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I still do real estate, they would get a significant amount of business solely off of referrals. This is another reason why your database is so important. keep in mind that you do have to nurture your database. Just like when we talked about farming and we talked about you have to nurture, you still have to nurture your database. Don't forget about everybody and think that just because I've met them once and I've closed a deal with them, I'm their go-to. That's why it's important for us to touch base with them. And what are some ways that we can touch base with our database throughout the year?
Holidays?
Holidays?
Give them a call, send them a card.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know, visit with them sometime.
The same way that we talked about generating your leads is basically the same way that you keep in touch with your clients. Also emails. We didn't talk about that, but emails. So what studies have shown is that you have to touch base in order to have like a really solid connection with somebody. You have to touch base with them 30 to 40 times per year. 30 to 40 times per year, you have to touch base with them if you want to be the go-to realtor in their head. 30 to 40 times. However, if you do this, they are 70 to 80% more likely to use you as their realtor and to know you as their go-to realtor. So if we're going to do this, we have to put systems in place. We have to track it. We have to be consistent. That's why those 3 calls and those 3 notes are so important. And you know who your top referral sources are. For those agents that have already been agents for a little bit, you know who your top referral sources are. Make sure you tend to those people. Make sure you don't forget about them. Make sure you call them up on their birthday, send them a gift, anniversaries, just because, treat them to lunch. Like, make sure you're tending to these people, okay? Yeah, this is pretty much what we were going over. How many connections, what type of connections, how often, what will the connections cost? So again, this is pretty much what I was going over. It's gonna take you guys 30 to 40 touches. Touches is what I like to call it. Like how many times I touch my client. So either say hi, send an email, visit them on social media. This is why I'm such a fan of social media. If you're not active on social media, please get active on social media. It's one of the quickest and easiest ways for you to stay in contact with your people with such little effort, because how quickly can you scroll through the feed, like what they have going on, and then if it's something nice, like let's say their child is graduating from college, hey, congratulations to you and your son, you know, wishing you much success, or wishing your son much success in the years to come. Like, you wouldn't have had that information had it not been on social media. And on social media, you have the opportunity to reach out and boost that person up in that moment. Okay. So again, make sure that you're tracking this information. When you first start your database, you can just write it down on a piece of paper, but eventually you do want to create an Excel worksheet. Create an Excel worksheet where you have name, phone number, email. What kind of lead are they? Are they more of a seller lead or a buyer lead? Are they a warm lead, a hot lead, a cold lead? Okay, cold is like, it's not going anywhere. Just we're probably getting ready to let that lead go. Warm would be somebody that's thinking about buying or selling within the next few months. Okay, those are tricky. You don't want to be too pushy and annoy them before they're ready to hire you, but you also don't want to be so relaxed that they forget about you. Okay, so warm leads, remember to always use the dance. I use the dance example in a lot of my trainings. We have to give and take, always with your leads. And then a hot lead. If you have a hot lead that's telling you, I want to buy or I want to sell, you need to work that lead. You need to be quick. You need to get on top of it, okay? Because if you don't, I'm sure this has happened to one of you guys. I'm sure it has. Somebody tells you that they're thinking about selling. You're like, okay, yeah, let me get you some, let me get you an estimate of more or less what the home values. Leave for a day. Within that day, they've already talked to you, the realtor. So guess what's on their mind? What's on their mind is that they're thinking about selling. So they go and talk to everybody now. They go and talk to everybody now. And guess what? There's other realtors calling them now because they talk to their mom and their sister and their tia and their cousin, and they start referring their realtors over. So when you have a hot lead, you need to act on it quickly. Okay, don't take your time on those. Business planning, create your roadmap to success every year, then follow the steps to achieve it. Tracking results, hold every number accountable, and make course corrections as needed throughout the year. All right, so the first training that we had, we talked about business planning and we talked about setting our goals. I'm really hoping all of you at this point has set your goals for the year. Has everybody set their goals for the year? I'm almost afraid to ask. Please tell me all of you guys have set your goals. Look,
Yes.
It doesn't, yes? Okay, you don't have to overthink it, guys. It can be as simple as I want to close 2 deals per month or 3 deals per month, or I want to average 2 to 3 deals per month. But you have to have a goal in mind, because if we don't have a goal, we can't track it. We can't create the roadmap. We can't look at it and revise it. So we kind of already talked about this. I'm not going to get too much into it because we did talk about that already. The 4 irrefutable laws to your database. So just like your farm area, you have to build it. Okay. Best case scenario, and I've learned this from experience, just do a regular Excel sheet. Okay. Just do a regular Excel sheet. If you ever move companies, which most realtors move companies at least once in their career, it's nice for you to be able to have your database and bring it with you. I've learned the hard way that I can't just leave everything in like an email, for example, because if I switch companies and all of my contacts are gone from that company email, but you need to build your database, and you have to focus on building it. Every morning when you wake up, you should have a goal of meeting 3 people. Remember we talked about the Realty 1 rule? You should be trying to meet 3 new people every single day. You should be trying to call 3 of your contacts every single day. And then you should be trying to send out letters, 6 letters per week. So this has to be top of mind for you. If you're going to be a successful realtor, you have to focus on 3 things: leads, listings, and leverage. Leads, listings, and leverage. Has anybody read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent? No? Let me scroll through my video. No. Oh man, I recommend that book, you guys. What was it called? The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. This is a Keller Williams. This is like a Keller Williams. I don't know if it was. Matter of fact, I have it in the. Can you bring it really quick so I can show it to them? The red one. It's the red one with all the. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Okay. This book is gonna, it gives you the blueprint to what you have to do. So like I said, the information's there, and it's been read and repeated over and over and over again. The trick is that you have to work it. Okay, you have your plan, you have to work it. Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was saying the title right. So The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. Okay, Gary Keller is the founder of Keller Williams. And this book is just, it's such a reputable book because it breaks it down for you. It breaks everything down for you. There's nothing in here that you don't have. Like you guys see all of my little sticky notes? I've read this book probably like 5 times. I'm not exaggerating. So one of the biggest things that I got out of that was the 3 leads, listings, and leverage. So when you wake up in the morning and you're trying to figure out what to do, first of all, y'all should be planning the night before for what you have to do, right? We talked about that. Plan for your week. What are 3 things that you want to get done with your week? And then what are 3 things that you want to get done with your day? Well, on the top of your priority list, as an agent that's trying to produce, you have to look for leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have money. Okay, so build your database by looking for leads. Build your database by looking for listings. That's what door knocking does for you. Okay, door knocking, you're looking for the listings. Open houses, you're looking for the leads. Okay, feed it daily. Do something every day that's gonna feed the contacts that you have in your database. That's where your 3 calls come in. The 3 calls to your sphere of influence. Once you have that contact, they're in your database. Now feed it, touch base with them. It doesn't always have to be somebody that's like a business lead. It can be an uncle, it can be an aunt, it can be a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Feed your database, nurture it, and maintain it. Okay, so when you speak to people, also make sure that you're updating their contact information. I like to do that at the end of the year. That's when I send out my little Christmas goodies. So that's usually when I'm getting updated addresses. But throughout the year, I want to make sure that I'm keeping updated phone numbers and emails. Okay. Now this right here, we had briefly talked about on one of our trainings. And this is basically, I sent you guys this in a worksheet. If you don't have it, let us know, but you should have it in one of your emails. Okay. We sent you an email. I want to say this was week 1. And the way that you work this is you start on the inner circle. So when in doubt, look at your chart and start with your inner circle. So we have past clients, family, and friends. This is your sphere of influence. Okay. Your sphere of influence is so strong. Don't make the mistake I made. When I first started, I remember thinking like, my family's not interested in this. They're not going to be interested. They're not going to want to talk to me about this because they're not going to want me to sell them anything, much less a house. I made the mistake of assuming that I knew what my friends and family wanted and didn't want. And it took me a while for me to actually start talking to my friends and my family. When I started talking to my friends and family, I kid you not, the first day that I decided to make calls to my sphere of influence, I got a lead. The very first day. It was, and that's why we push anywhere you go that you're working with sales, people are going to tell you, talk to your sphere of influence. And it's because you don't know what you don't know. So don't assume that you know what your sphere of influence wants or don't want. Start with them. Ask them for contacts. Okay, that's another thing. It's not about them necessarily wanting to buy or sell. It's about them knowing people that you don't know. So something that you guys can do is, let's say we're calling our family. Let's say we're calling our tias and tios. Everyone has tias and tios here, okay? We live in El Paso. I know you all got tias and tios. And I know that your tias and tios love you because they feed you every single time you go to your house. So look, we all got tias and tios that love us. Use them, please. They want to help you. So call them and let them know, hey, I'm a realtor now. Or if you've already been a realtor for a while, hey, this is what my goals are for this year. I'm trying to sell a home to 20 families this year. I want to know if you know anybody that can help or anybody that I can help. Okay. And ask them to give you 3 contacts that they have that you don't have. So obviously, like, you don't want the primo that you already have in your contact list. You want the coworker that they work with that you don't work with. You want la vecina that is her best friend and you don't know. You want the mother-in-law of the son that you don't really talk to anymore. Like, you want the people that they don't talk to anymore. And all you're going to do is you're going to call and introduce yourself. Hey, my name's Alvaro Garcia. I'm Sylvia's nephew. She gave me your number just to call and introduce myself and let you know that I'm in real estate. And I just wanted to offer my services up to you. By any chance, are you thinking about buying or selling this year? No. Okay, we're gonna ask 3 times, just like when we're door knocking. So that's our first no. We gotta know, out of the way. Okay, so you're not thinking about buying and selling. By any chance, do you know of anybody that's thinking about buying or selling? No, that's our second no, okay? We're gonna get a lot of no's before we get a yes. It's okay. No worries, I completely understand. What about investing in real estate? Do you know of anybody that might be thinking about investing in real estate? Now they're kind of like, okay, I've given him the no. I wasn't even listening to his questions, but he keeps asking questions. Let me figure out what he's talking about now. Okay, thinking about buying and selling, investing. You know what? Maybe there's this cousin that the other day I went over, he was talking about how him and his wife want to get married and they might be thinking about buying a house soon. That's awesome. Do you mind giving me his number? All I'm going to do is call and introduce myself just like I did with you. I won't bug them. If they don't need me, that's fine. You can do this today. You can get yourself within a matter of an hour. You can probably get yourself, you should be able to get yourself 12 new contacts in 1 hour if you do this by calling call 4 people. I know I'm bringing it up from 3 to 4, but there's a method to the madness, okay? So allocate 15 minutes to call one person from your sphere of influence, somebody that you know, friend, family, past coworker, past client. Just one person. Give yourself 15 minutes. That's another thing. A lot of times we like to talk too much. Cut yourself to the 15-minute mark, okay? You're going to use Ford. Remember, what does Ford stand for? I don't even want to tell you guys. I want to make sure that you guys know this one. Family. Anaisa's family.
Family, occupation.
Occupation.
Recreational.
Recreation. Anais said it. D, what does our D stand for? What are we all doing?
Come on.
I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm just going to sit here and wait.
Desire?
What is it?
Is it desire?
Desire or dream? Desire or dream? We're all dreaming of a better life. Okay, that's how we end on a good note. We're dreaming. So use Ford to get through these calls. At the end of the call, you're going to go through those questions. You have to let them give you at least 3 no's. Okay, if they give you the 3 no's, then they really don't know. But typically, they're going to think about it once you get to the third question. Okay, so let them tell you no. Remember, our job is to get a lot of no's before we get a yes. So don't be discouraged by no's. That's what we're supposed to be getting. Okay, we went over the daily habits. Who has done any of their notes? I would like to know if anybody's done any of their notes and if they've gotten any good feedback on those. No?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You have, Angie? You did a note.
I did a few,
You did a
but
few.
nothing yet.
What did you do? How did you get these notes out? Because I think a lot of you guys are struggling with the notes. I think you guys might be overthinking them a little bit. So what did you send out for your notes?
Just a reminder, because I just had my wedding, so I was just reminding them that it meant a lot for me to have them there, and if they need anything, and keep keep me in mind and things like that.
That's perfect. That's perfect. You see how Angie integrated something that she had going on in her personal life that had nothing to do with real estate, because you're building your personal brand. You're learning how to be a better communicator. So it's not about the company that you work for. It's not about how many houses you're selling. Like, the communication aspect is just you learning how to be a better communicator and sending out those thank you notes. I guarantee you that means something. That means something for people that took time to come out to your wedding or to send you a gift or to send you their best wishes. It means something to get the thank you in recognition of, like, hey, I saw you there, or I acknowledge the gift that you sent. I acknowledge, all of that good stuff. It means something. So that's one way of sending out thank you cards. I'm huge on thank you gifts and thank you cards. Guys, get on Facebook. Get on Facebook and look at whose birthday is coming up this month. If you really cannot think of anything, get on Facebook and just check who has a birthday coming up. Of the people that have a birthday coming up, are any of these people that I want to make sure stay in my database long term? Okay, I see 2 or 3 of them that I know I want to keep in my database long term. Did you know that you can send a gift card via Facebook? You don't even have to get their address. You can go in there and send them a virtual gift card for their birthday. A $5 coffee gift card. If they were to send you a lead on a house for $250,000, would that $5 gift card be worth it?
Yes, and what is the maximum that we can give?
$50.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be sending more than $50 for like referrals and gifts and all of that. Another thing is just your thank yous to your lenders. Lenders do a lot for us. Title company, inspection companies, home warranties. Give them a little thank you. They can feed you guys also. They can send you guys leads too. If you build a good relationship with your partners, they get leads sometimes of people that are looking to buy a house because people know that they work in real estate. So build those relationships with them. How about I bought a washer and a dryer at Lowe's not too long ago. And the lady that helped me, they didn't have availability for delivery for like another 3 weeks. Okay. And I'm like, oh, are you serious? Like 3 weeks, I'm not going to have a washer and dryer. Like, that really sucks, blah, blah. And she's like, but you know what? I'm going to talk to the delivery guys tomorrow and see if they can squeeze you in. So she went out of her way to see if they could squeeze me in. And she got me my washer and dryer. I kid you not, in like 2 days. They had a 3-week period. She got me a washer and dryer in 2 days. Is that not worth a thank you card with what did we send her? $5 gift card? We sent her a $5 gift card to Starbucks or something like that. Is that not worth it? I think so. I think she did awesome. That was great for me. Like, there will be people placed in your life throughout the day that'll do stuff for you. You just kind of got to pay attention. Or when this whole pandemic thing started and I went to a restaurant and I didn't have a face mask, the owner or manager of the restaurant gave me a brand new face mask so that I could enter the premises. Like, little things like that you can say thank you for. And then just slip one of your business cards in there. And now they have your business card. Now they know that you're grateful for them. They got a little thank you, and that's how it is. It might be simpler than that too. It might just be a family member that's helping you watch the kids this week because your significant other's working overtime. Give them a little thank you. You know what I mean? Do your daily habit, your one habit, and I guarantee you that your business is going to thrive. If you make excuses to not make any of your phone calls, to not write any of your notes, to not do open houses, to not door knock, there's nowhere else that your business can come from. So like from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you, it's a lot simpler than you think. You just have to work it. Okay? Here's the plan. Now work it. Work it to the best of your ability. And don't overthink it. 3 calls you can make in 1 hour. Meet 3 people. Just do your thing. Just go about your day. Go shopping, go to the grocery store, go wash your car. But when people are around you, acknowledge them. Let them acknowledge them. Say hi, meet them, see what's up with them. The cashiers that check you out, talk to them. They might be a lead. And then your 6 notes, that right there is a game changer because that makes things a lot more personal. That makes you a lot more memorable to people. So take the time to do your notes. That's 6 a week. That's less than 1 per day. That's all we have today, you guys. I hope you guys got a little something out of today. I know that today is a holiday, so thank you guys for showing up. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, today's the perfect day. You guys, today's the perfect day to go out and do stuff because everybody's out doing stuff. Maybe you might meet 6 people. I don't know. Get out there, go do something, go enjoy your day. But while you're enjoying your day, make sure you're acknowledging the people around you. You never know who's your next lead.
I linked the book in the chat box if they want to buy it.
And Anaí linked the book in the chat box. If you guys want to buy it, look at the chat box. Thank you, Anaí. I'm going to have to send her a thank you card. Just kidding. I recommend this one, you guys. I've read this one. I'm telling you, I read this one like 5 times already. I have it like this, and then I have it in Audible. If you guys just kind of want to listen to it while you're getting ready, it's a lot of information. That's why I've read it so many times, because you're not going to get everything the first time. But this is a good one. If you're struggling with self-confidence, maybe this isn't the one. Maybe you want to do something more with mindset. If self-confidence is where you're lacking, really make that a priority, because I'm telling you, once you boost that confidence, it'll boost your business also. Or maybe you can do half and half, you know, do self-confidence stuff in the morning and then do this stuff while you're driving in the car, like Audible, not reading. But yeah, you guys go out, have a great day. Happy MLK Day. I'm telling you, there's a lot of opportunity today. So I will talk to you guys on Thursday. This is your homework again. This right here. We've gone over this over and over and over again. I'm really challenging you guys to do this week, at least today. At least today. You guys can do all of your notes today. You can do your 3 ads and your 3 calls today and get that momentum going. All right. I want you guys to make a lot of money this year. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.